Hey guys, what's going on? So this is part 5 of my weight loss journey to date. Don't really want to call it a weight loss journey anymore. It's now all about me becoming the best I can be, physically and mentally. They're very closely linked. You know, the sense of well-being you get from being fitter and healthier. So this video brings us up to where I am today. Which is from month 13 to almost month 16. The key number is I've lost another £9. So as you can see, the weight loss has dramatically slowed down. I'm now down to 13 stone 11, which is incredible. You know, I never thought I'd be getting down to these kind of levels. I'm getting to a stage now where I've actually got a goal weight, which is, you know, that's mind blowing for me. I'm also getting to the stage where maintaining will become an issue, you know, to start upping calories, because I'm going to get to a stage where I don't really want to lose or to carry on losing the weight. Although it's burning the right way, it's burning the fat. But as I say, I don't honestly know how that's going to pan out. We'll just play it by ear. Excuse me. So as I said, starting from month 13, it was all about starting the weights, cutting down on the cardio, and doing a full body routine. Which for me, the way I do it is just a training routine I used to do back in the day. So it's a 3-day weights routine. So day 1 I train chest and triceps, day 2 it's back and biceps, and day 3 shoulders and legs. It's a very basic. That's the push and pull system, so you don't overtrain other muscles on the wrong days. I work out from anything from 35 minutes to an hour, depending on what I've got to do. I've also thrown in there, now I do ab work, stomach work and lower back extensions and things. And I've just found it strengthened my core, which again, it's something I've never really looked at, but you know, it makes you feel great, and it kind of, just by doing it, it kind of takes care of other things, like if you've ever suffered from back pain and aches and pains, they all tend to go away when you get a little bit sort of fitter and healthier. So in this period, this is where I sort of decided on what my next goals were going to be for the next 6 months. So as I've said, introduced the weight training, which is going really well, really chuffed with it. I've got, as I said, it's given me a great sense of well-being. My diet now, I mean, I don't like using that word diet, but my nutrition is much better. I kind of eat what I want. I'm not a slave to the scales anymore. If I jump on the scales on a Friday morning and I haven't lost, you know, it's no longer the end of the world. It doesn't trigger anything up here anymore, because I know I'm going in the right direction and I'm doing everything correctly. But there was some big changes I made, and as I say, this all stems from what I always call the penny dropping. And the main thing was I had a much better understanding of these, like cheat days and things like that, and realising I didn't need to do those. You know, don't do all the hard work Monday to Friday and then let it slip on a weekend, and then it feels like you're starting again. So I kind of got on a bit tired of that, and you know, the thing is, I wasn't getting much out of it in the first place. So I made a conscious decision to cut down on the sugary treats, and the way I've chosen to do that, I'm going to go for the next, well, my idea was from months 13 and do 6 months of cutting out the sugary treats. So for me, mainly chocolate, cut out all chocolate, all biscuits, cookies. I was getting, you know, I was bad with the dough cookies, chocolate chip and stuff, and they're lovely, and I wasn't eating that much of them. But again, it was empty calories that I don't need, you know. And Chris, I don't know if I said that. So I've now cut all that out of my diet. I still have sugar in other foods, and I drink coffee with sugar in and stuff. So I'm not going extreme, but I just feel so much better for it. I found that quite difficult to do, I've got to be honest. I had some serious sugar cravings, even though I don't think I was eating a vast amount of it. But I think given what I was eating, and if you look at if you did a pie chart of my calorie intake, then those sugary foods were, I won't say a high percentage, but it was a decent percentage of my daily diet. So I thought, this next stage for me is about getting my body as best as I can. Now I'm, as you can imagine, I'm 44 years old. I've always had a back condition, which means I've got some vertebrae fused in my spine, so I can't stand up fully straight. I'm a little bit arched over, gives you slopey shoulders. So I'm never was and never gonna have this perfect body. But I don't care. It's just about making the best version of me I can. And that's kind of exactly where I'm up to now. As I say, I'm now, we started the month at 14 stone 6.5, and we're what, 10 days short of 16 months, and I'm down to 13 stone 11.5. So I'm more than happy with my weight. So it wasn't an issue as such, but when I started the weight training, I obviously I got a little bit heavier. Because I was starting from a blank canvas. The muscles I had on the frame, I'd wasted quite a lot of them away by just this huge diet that I alluded to in other videos. So obviously, as you start putting weight on, you start putting a little bit of muscle on. I'm not talking bodybuilder muscle. I'm just talking, just adding a bit of muscle and strength to your frame. Then it does show on the scales. Got to be honest, initially you jump on and you've got down to whatever weight, and then the week after you might be 1.5 pounds heavier, and you're like, it's a trigger for me, and it's like, don't know if this is the right thing I'm doing. This is going against what, but again, it's just getting that understanding of, no, this is cool. Just you're doing the right things, and as I say, now I'm not doing the weekend things, so just 7 days a week, I'm constantly doing the right things, and it's nice. It's a little bit like my alcoholism. Everything's kind of, all the tools are there, sort of pre-programmed now, just for me to maintain that sort of lifestyle. And I'll be honest, I'm sat here now and I love it. It's going really well. The kind of goal is, which is a little bit weird, my goal right now for the next 6 months is to sort of shrink myself down and while building muscle at the same time. Now, I do a few way out there things which I'll briefly go through. Again, I'm not sat here selling anything. This is just what I find works for me. But my general routine now is I alluded to a water fast I did to reset my metabolism at month 6, 7. I've done another couple of smaller water fasts. And I did one about 2 months ago. I just feel like it reboots me. It just I don't know, it just takes me back to zero, and it just allows me to kind of just continue. And I don't know, it's very difficult to put into words, but it works for me. So I think I did another 3-day water fast in this period. Again, I'm just eating the right things now. My calorie intake's gone up now, so it's not like I no longer look at calories in versus calories out through burning, exercise. I don't have to bother about that. It's just simply just keep the lifestyle you're doing, and it'll automatically, things will happen. So it's quite interesting for me because I want to see what my body will do. I've got pockets of fat that I want to get rid of, which obviously we all have this, and my waist is down to like 36 inches now, so overall I've lost 12 inches off my waist. Bloody awesome. I can I fit into completely normal clothes, so it's all good. But my training, so I do weights every day now. I do have a rest day after the 3 days, and then I get back to it, and I've scaled my cardio right down now because I want to do other things. I picked up, and I used to hate running, jogging. It just wasn't for me. And obviously when you've got a big heavy frame, it's uncomfortable. But I've done, obviously you start on the treadmills at the gyms and stuff, and then I started running outside, not running, jogging. And then I started looking at 5k times and stuff, and because I'm quite I like to challenge myself, it's always nice to see times coming down, you know, on a weekly or 2 weekly basis. So I'm getting my cardio from like walks and hikes and things like that, as opposed to just spending 40 minutes in the gym just doing cardio stuff, which can be quite mind numbing at times. So yeah, as I say, I find this stage for me very interesting, because it's like, okay, for the next 6 months, you've cut out the sugary shit, you're building the muscle best you can on your frame, which you're eating the right foods and also the right amounts. So I'm kind of asking my body to do a lot of things right now. So it's kind of bulking with muscle, and it's burning the fat at the same time. And I've got to be honest, it seems to be working. I feel great. I always had a big pair of boobs on me, man boobs, mainly because of the fat I had stored around my top section, and it's my boobs and the sides. You know, it was just not nice. And of course, because I have this back condition, so if I was standing, you know, my top half is bent over, which is obviously pushing the boobs down as well, so they never look great. Now, I'm not turning around and saying I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger now, but I've now got a little bit of definition coming through, and the majority of that fat has now gone. And I kind of look at myself, and you tense up in the mirror and you think, I look all right, you know, from where I've come from. As I say, I know you're never going to be body beautiful. I don't want to be, but if I can get myself in whatever period of time, and I don't have to put a timeline together. It's just, you know, you just keep doing this. Eventually, I'm gonna pan out round about low 13 stones, and the majority of my frame will be muscle, and those pockets of fat will be eventually gone. So that's pretty much it. You know, it's as I say, I'm down almost 16 months into this. Started at the very worst, I should say, I was at 302 pounds. Now, looking back at everything I've done, I'm now 184 pounds, and I'm feeling absolutely tip top. You know, I'm so much stronger than I used to be. Again, I'm not talking like ridiculous strength, nothing like that. I'm just strong in myself. You see the little bits of fat disappearing that you thought you would never get rid of, and it gives you a mental well-being as well. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's hard work and it's commitment, you know, but that's kind of what I want in my life now. I always say I wasted the first half of my life, and then I want the second half of my life to be the best I can be, and this is it. So for me, for people on the outside looking in at me, you still might think, well, you're a little bit extreme there by cutting these treats out, and you need treats and that, but I honestly don't. I'm really happy with it. If I really wanted, I could break this now. I could go down to the supermarket and buy some junk and eat it, and it wouldn't have that adverse effect on me. But I'm quite disciplined in where I'm at right now, and that makes me quite happy. Again, it's a 6-month goal I've set. You know, I won't want to carry on doing this, because it you know, it takes its toll. And if you're lifting weights and heavy weights, for me, you know, I don't think it's something I can do 7 days a week for the rest of my life. Although, you know, I always envisage fitness has always played quite a big part in my life, mainly through hiking. But you know, it's something I'll always do. But I'm right now just giving myself everything I need to get to where I want to be. And as I say, I feel that it's working. So as I say, that's my video blog sort of finished on this particular thing now, and hopefully I'll as I say, this takes up to 16 months, so I'll make another video a year and a half sober, which is another 2 months from now, and we'll just, you know, and I'll go through what's happened and if I've managed to carry on what in the program I'm on and what have you. But obviously the main thing is, which I hope I've described in my videos, it was all about getting to terms with my broken thinking. You know, it wasn't anything to do with the alcoholism, why I was fat. That's the key thing. It was so much more, and it was in here. you know, and it's, you know, the best way I can only describe it is broken thinking, where you're actually, in your mind, you'll justify why you're doing something, and very similar to drinking, you know. But when you kind of pull that apart and you do a lot of soul searching, and you do you actually keep asking yourself, well, why do I need to do this? Why am I putting myself through this? Why am I not giving myself the best chance to do something? Then you can start taking this rubbish out of your life. And again, that's where I'm at. Again, I know this is not for everyone, but for me, it's working. It's doing. I've never been healthier. I'm probably never been fitter. And you know, my son, who's 17, cannot believe the change in me. I've also, which I'm not going to talk about in any detail, but I've also taken on doing coffee enemas, which to someone who doesn't know what that is going to sound totally out there and like, fuck me, Glenn, what are you doing? Do your own research on it. It's not for everyone, but it's something I got introduced to. Then I did my own research, understood the science of it, and you know, it's the ultimate liver cleanse, which, you know, and this is not just for weight loss, this is just for a better, healthier you. So yeah, I do those in between now as well. But the one thing I have got, and you know, I'm sounding like I'm blowing sunshine out my own ass, and I don't want to come across like that. But obviously, when someone loses a vast amount of weight, and that it gets noticed by people, and you know, they'll go, "Wow, you look great," you know, because they remember when you were huge. But the thing I get commented on quite a lot now is I look healthy. It's not just the weight loss. So when I come across people I've not seen for a while, you know, they'll obviously, wow, you know, you've lost all this weight and what have you. But they all keep coming back to the same thing, and that's like how healthy I look. Now, I'm not putting that down to coffee enemas. I'm putting that down to everything. You know, I honestly feel I'm actually getting younger. Now, I know that sounds a little bit daft, but that's how I actually feel. You know, I'm 44, I'm 45 this year, and I just feel if I keep going down this route, you know, I'm just knocking the years off me. You know, if I'd have carried on and the day one hadn't have come with my choice to stop drinking, you know, I would be sat here at probably over 22 stone, really unhealthy with fucking stage 2 diabetes, and you know, that's where I was heading. So again, it's not for everyone, but I just wanted to document this, my journey today, because it's important for me, because I like looking back on these videos as well and seeing, and something I should say is, with the penny dropping in my fitness or my healthier lifestyle, I have no danger now of going back to that old Glenn. That's so important, you know. Whereas before I did the hard work and I failed because of the broken thinking. Because my thinking's clear now, you know, I mean, I'm completely out of that danger of relapsing, as it were, with food and going down that rabbit hole and just stopping everything and piling the weight back on. It won't happen, because of what I'm eating. I'm no longer dieting, you know. I just have a healthy lifestyle. So anyway, I don't want to rattle on anymore. I hope you got something out of this. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them under the comments or whatever. Love to come back to you or hear your own stories. You know, it's a very interesting thing for me, is the alcoholism and then the weight as well. And I watch a lot of other people and see how they deal with it. You know, some just leave it for a later date. Some try to do it as I've done and hit it at the same time. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. You know, it's whatever you feel comfortable doing. But anyway, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you again at a year and a half sober, all being well. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.